This is a true story. Salak was on a train when it fell into a river. He fought against the raging water and barely escaped. When he reached the riverbank, he realized all 17 other passengers had drowned. A year later, still shaken by lie, moments before landing, the plane's door suddenly burst open. Salak and a flight attendant were sucked out. Miraculously, he landed in a haystack and survived. All 19 others on board died. Determined to avoid planes and trains, Salak took a bus to Dubrovnik, but fate struck again. The bus fell off a bridge into a river. 4 people died. Salak managed to swim to safety. Public transport was too risky, so he started driving. But in 1970, his car engine caught fire. He jumped out just before it exploded, injured without incident. But in 1995, as he was walking, a bus hit him. He was injured but survived. In 1996, driving on a mountain road, a truck sped toward him. He swerved, broke through a guardrail, and his car plummeted off a cliff. Just before impact, he was thrown from the vehicle and landed in a tree, watching his car explode below. After defying death 7 times in 2003, Salak won $800,000 in the lottery and married for the 5th time.
People who miraculously survive the most horrifying accidents. First, this man was enjoying a ride when suddenly he took a fall. As he got up, he immediately noticed a tree branch sticking out of his neck. Realizing that panicking would not help, he calmly chose not to pull out the branch. Instead, he rode his bike back to his car and drove himself to the hospital. There, doctors found that the branch had penetrated only half an inch into his neck. Second, these men were in the elevator when it suddenly stopped. As it reached the basement, water started rushing into the elevator and quickly rose halfway up the chamber. The pair first tried to open the elevator doors, but when they couldn't, they climbed onto the handrails to try to escape the rising water. Gabriel tried to call the police with his cell phone. Cleaver tried to pry open the maintenance hatch in the ceiling of the elevator. Luckily for them, 2 nearby police officers quickly responded to their call and were soon at the building. They had to swim through the flooded basement to reach the trapped men who were thankfully saved when the officers pried open the elevator doors with crowbars.
The luckiest people who survived the impossible. Jenna Geese was bitten by a rabid bear at just the age of 15. She was rushed to the hospital with almost no time to live as there was no rabies vaccine inside. Then one brilliant doctor decided to put Jenna into an induced coma, hoping that her body would produce antibodies to fight the virus. And it actually worked. Jenna became the first person to recover from rabies without a vaccine. Next is 24-year-old Lisa Mindy. She was attacked by a shark that bit her head and dragged her underwater. But somehow, miraculously, the great white shark lost its grip, and she managed to get up to the surface and make a full recovery.
You never know what might have happened on a snowy mountain. For example, this guy fell into a snow crevice at a height of over 1,500 feet, and he was completely buried under the snow. But as his luck would have it, his friend was nearby who instantly began a rescue operation, and his story has a happy ending. Noticed something strange in the sea and ended up rescuing 2 teenage girls who were carried into the open sea.
You guys okay, or are you in trouble? No. Okay, stand by, we're getting you. Be calm, come. Easy. Thank God we saw you. Oh my God.
A former policeman by the name of David Jones was kayaking on a cold river when he heard a desperate cry for help. It was a 6-year-old boy who had been carried off far from the shore.
Are you gonna be able to make it in the shore? You need some help? Okay. I know, just calm down, Calm down.
Luckily, he was wearing a life jacket that prevented him from drowning.
So I just need to be strong for a few more seconds.
But he was very cold and scared. The man comforted the boy, lifted him into the boat, and found his family.
Hi, do you have any towels on? His dad